Hello. I am here doing this is reading number 2 actually on Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber. But the first time I did a reading, which was probably like over a week ago now, I think, the recording was all broken up, and that's never ever happened to me before. So I was like, okay, it's just, I'm gonna take it down, and if they want to, if spirit compels me, I will do it again. Well, this is really spontaneous, but I'm gonna just give you like a little bit of an overview of like what the near future in that last reading looked like, which was them really focusing on each other and trying to work through a lot of issues, especially when it came to being new parents and Justin being in a little bit of this. Something happened when his son was born that really, I think, caught everybody off guard. Okay, but I'm going to get into it in this reading. So what I'm looking at is Justin, Hailey, energy between them, recent past, present, and short-term future, within like a month or so ahead of this. So recent past is really, really looking like a lot of, it's like they work things out and then they get into it again, right? That's how it feels to me, because there's no way that he is coming out as the 10 of Wands with the load on his back, and she's coming out as the 10 of Swords. She's feeling like death warmed over. So, he really, this is what's going on. Ever since their son was born, Justin has regressed back into his childhood. Okay, there's a lot going on where that's concerned, but there's also a lot of jealousy that he's feeling. I don't know that he's come to terms with it. I don't know if it's just in his behavior and Hailey is observing it, or if they've actually talked about it. But it's like feelings of jealousy that she is giving the baby attention over him. And I know that sounds terrible. I don't think he's a terrible person. I think he is mentally, first of all, he experienced trauma because he experienced fame. Fame is trauma. It stunted him at that age. And he already came from kind of a rocky upbringing, because he was kind of raised by his grandparents. So, and his parents were like, teenage parents, I think. So he has issues from before the fame, I'm sure. But the issues after, he's stunted at like the age of 12, 13 years old. And so it's almost as if he sees, they have already established a relationship dynamic. This is what Spirit is showing me, of a mother-child dynamic. That's Justin and Hailey. She is his mommy more than she is, his wife, his woman, and he depends on her for for that. Okay, he needs it. And she's dysfunctional too, because that's really not how you're supposed to be. That's a really bad dynamic to have inside of a relationship. Any psychologist will tell you that. And I actually learned that from my past therapist. So, but like, she learned it from her parents. This is what I'm getting. That her father was, I think he had addictions, and then her mother sort of like, caused him, like basically babied him as to get him to like go to rehab and be like a father and a stand-up guy and like not a fall down drunk. And this is what Hailey witnessed. So we usually, we kind of repeat cycles in our lives like that pattern. It was how things were in her family dynamic. So it's something that she, understands, right? So it's not like we go out and we say, I'm gonna meet a guy that's just like my dad, a fall down drunk, and needs me to take care of him. We don't go out searching for that. It's that most of the time we don't realize that these things that shaped us are dysfunctional, and that we are harboring that dysfunction within us. And then when we go out into the world and we start our own lives and we get involved in relationships, it's just something that happens because it, like, you don't know how much those dysfunctions and trauma that you are unaware of are in the driver's seat of your life and can dictate the repeat of it. So it's really nobody's fault, but it is at the same time your responsibility to work on yourself at some point, especially before you have kids, before you get into a relationship. But nobody really teaches you that, do they? So I don't know. That's definitely what I felt energetically from her family just now. So he is showing, he feels like he is putting, this is the recent past still, he feels like he has been putting in a lot of work. And he feels like he's taken on far too much responsibility, that he is the one that is making the effort, that he is struggling a great deal to work at this new dynamic of them being parents, and then of him experiencing what he is as far as like the attention that their son is getting from her, and him not getting all of the attention anymore. But he's also talking about putting in that work and trying very hard to put in the momentum to the relationship and making the relationship work. But that he kind of feels like it's one-sided. And she is feeling like literally she sees no way out. And this is a scary time for her, and I don't wish this on anyone. He's going through a lot too, with having a lot on his plate. But he's, I think, expecting her to mother him through so that he can be the father that she needs him to step up and be. That you're not the baby anymore, Justin. You have a baby now, and It's like like as if she's saying, like, he needs me. He's a baby. They cannot take care of themselves. When they need something, when they need a anything, they cry, because that's what we do. It's an instinct, and that's what happens. And he needs me to survive. You don't. You're a full-grown person, but it's a very emotional thing. She feels really stabbed in the back right now, or she has in the recent past. This is very recent, though. Stabbed in the back, betrayed. She's been betrayed. She's feeling judged. She's feeling in a state of crisis. What just came to me about this? This is postpartum stuff. It would not surprise me. I know that she had her baby last year. I do not know how old the child is. I don't know when they had him. But I'm feeling like she's kind of having these phases of postpartum, and he thinks he's helping her, but he's hindering her, Justin. And they're trying to adapt, but it's the divine feminine energy that's being depleted here. Oh my God, this is like never ending. She can't be a mother to her child. Oh my God, this is tough stuff right now. I also feel like she's facing a lot of backlash online, and that's really hurting her. She's kind of being left to bleed out. Like she really feels like she's dying, and she also feels like she's been betrayed, and that she feels like a failure. She feels on the brink of collapse. Whew. But she's also going through it as far as depression. There's something that she's going through that has to do with her hormones still. She really needs to get that looked at. The energy between them, being the Empress, really just reinforces this kind of issue being about mothering. It's about the divine feminine. There's some kind of push and pull. There's some kind of threat when it comes to this Empress energy, this divine feminine, care and nurturing. This is why it's so, it could be just parenting overall, right? In general, but it's more than that, because it's coming out with the adapt card. So that's what they're wanting. That's what they're wanting to get to, is we are parents. You have to let me mother our child. We have to adapt to this new, the three of us thing, and be a little family. And so much is coming up from his past that he has to handle with I would say with a professional. She can't handle it all. And that's where it kind of goes wrong, because she married him knowing how he was, and then they both decided to have a baby. And a lot of people have babies to try to make the relationship work, but that's never good. That's always just going to add more pressure. So currently between them, they are trying to glow up at each other. You know how when people cheat in relationships, and then they both the two people that are in a relationship with each other, one finds out that the other one's cheating, so the other one goes out and cheats, and they're cheating at each other. Well, right now, they are trying to glow up separately, but at each other. Like, I'm doing better. I'm doing so much better. I'm taking care of myself. I have high expectations. I have this, I have that. And they're trying to do that at each other. I also feel like Justin is standing in a place right now where he is willing to be the working parent that she needs him to be, but he is focusing on his well-being. So he is currently taking care of his mental health, which is a good thing. He is going to, through this help, currently he's learning how to care for himself, but also how to properly emotionally regulate, because he's been depending on Hailey for that, and that's not good. So he is focusing on himself, which is great. I think he's doing it in a very mature way. He's trying. She's a little bit in her ego right now, I'm not gonna lie. Hailey's kind of in her Six of Wands, like victory, success, public recognition, achievements. Like, there's something going on where she's receiving some kind of award or triumph or excuse me, or praise. But there's a little self-confidence boost. Like, she's kind of doing her, but in a more egotistical sort of way. Like, I don't know if she's trying to get his attention in some way, but it's like a little game I think she's playing. But she came out with beliefs and expectations. So it's kind of like fake it until you make it energy a little bit. And so the energy between them currently is, they're both being a little bit in their ego, because he came out with the Queen of Wands. So let's just, when she is acting unhealthy, she can be a little bit, the Queen of Wands is a little bit egocentric, but it's more of being like creative and them trying to find the passion again between them. And there is passion between them and there is determination, but there's also things that need fixing. Like, they can't just go back to the same routine. They have to find something new. They're trying to find a new pathway for themselves, because everything has changed in the last year. And so I don't think that they are currently in the headspace of negativity, even though that they just came through that in the recent past with this 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, Empress here. And they're in the present moment trying to be victorious, trying to not let this defeat them or conquer them. Yeah, conquer them. They're trying to take care of themselves separately, so that they can be caring for each other within their relationship. Now, then we get to the near future, okay? Probably like a month ahead, right? And we're looking at a little bit of stuff, okay? Now, everything can change because energy isn't set at all. People have free will. Things can change in a microsecond. So things like this are just, take it for what it is for right now when you're listening to this. Okay, right now it's January 21st, so 2025. So right now, this is what could be coming within the next month. Obviously, we don't know based on social media. You can't really tell, but this is what will be going on with them energetically. Justin is really focused on money. He's focused on, like, I think he might even be focused on, like, being self-sufficient and you know what I just thought? Like, why do I feel like record label? Like he might start his own thing. Ooh, that's just, my hands are tingling just mentioning that. That might be a thing, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, because I have no idea what, what the financial aspect of the music industry is all about, but he's reevaluating his self-worth right now, and he is trying to be as present as possible because he has been focusing so much on the past. So that's his that's the devil on his shoulder, so to speak. Like he is constantly looking at the things from his own past and his emotions regarding all of that, and he can easily just like live there, as many people can relate to that. I can relate to that. He's a water sign. We all do that. We're obsessed with our pasts, but there's nothing you can do about it. You can't change it. You can change it by changing your present, right? Because your future can change your past. I'm getting a little spiritual on you right now. Little quantum physics on you right now, but I'm just like that from time to time. He is trying to be present. He seems to be working very hard on himself, and he is trying to establish himself not only as this pop star, but a businessman. Okay? He's really wanting to go into business. Now, in regards to their relationship, this is not a good thing. Why? Not all the things that I just said. The cards that came out are not necessarily it. He's wanting to separate himself and be single. Okay? She is also wanting to walk away towards spiritual enlightenment, but at the same time, it's really just moving on. Completely unfulfilled with my current situation with him. I just want to abandon it all, and I want to walk away into the unknown, and I want to search for the truth, And she's thinking, at least at the very least, she might not be doing this, but she's going to be thinking about it a lot if she hasn't started thinking about it already. She will have these daydreams and fantasies of just driving off and leaving everything behind, and not necessarily her son, but within their relationship. This is how she feels. Oh boy. The imagination of it all, the desire, the fantasy of it. It lives in her, and she's wanting that. But he's also wanting independence and to be away from her. She wants to be away from him. He wants to be away from her. This is our most likely outcome for the next month within their relationship dynamic. But the energy between them is also about moving away from each other. Leaving things behind, learning and accepting your lessons that you had, and then just moving on to calmer waters separately. However, I will say this, there is hope, because the Six of Swords is a man, a woman, and a child in a boat moving towards calmer waters. So I will say this, there's a caveat here. I really think that they're going to try to work things out as a family. They're going to see they're going to be looking, instead of at what they want and need as individuals, they're going to be looking at what they want and need as a family unit, including their son's wants and needs. And they're going to try to move away from something. Right now, there is an outside source that is causing them chaos, that is not helping their relationship. I think that they do have like a healthy, like they kind of separate from each other here and there because they both need it, you know? So they have their separate things, but at the same time, that wasn't always there. I think that's a recent thing because they were very codependent on each other. They have been very codependent. And especially he is dependent on her. So here's what I think. I think that they're trying to imagine a life for themselves that works. I think they're going to be taking some time away from each other. But I think that ultimately, that time away is going to make them value each other in the end. I really don't see them moving. I don't see them moving directly towards divorce right now at all. In the past, that 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, whoo, it was almost there. Guys, it was almost there. He, I think, recently like unfollowed her on social media or something, and then he blamed it on like being hacked or something like that. They're going through their stuff. That's all. There's arguments. There's little petty arguments all the time, and then they like it's a normal relationship. Like all the things that happen inside of a relationship. It's the same for them too. Like they're no different. They just have like, you know, in a way, I kind of feel like there is a big difference in that he has a lot of trauma. And he has the kind of trauma that not everybody can understand or relate to, which makes you feel even more alone in the world. So anyway, I really wish them well because like I don't see them like you know, it's not easy to navigate through being like a famous couple and having a baby and all the things. So I really want what's best for them. Like I don't know them personally, but like, you know, I really hope that things work out for them. I really do. I think that they're great. I think they're just people at the end of the day. And that's the funny thing is like, we can all be shitty sometimes, can't we? Like we really can. But yeah. But we find a way to work it out because we're resilient. So that has been my reading on Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber. And I hope that you guys are all doing well. And I'm sending you so much love now and always.